So here we go. We'll have 12 minutes to do the session.
Sounds good.
Good morning, good evening, good day, wherever you are in the world, people watching us on live stream, on YouTube, Facebook, and on this platform. This is Ravi Shankar. Happy to welcome Tanya McNeil-Berry. Tanya is speaking to us today from Arizona. Tanya is speaking on a subject which will be very close to people because of many reasons. The subject is going beyond borders for business growth. Large multinational corporations will not think it is of any value because they know how to do it, they are doing it. But the millions of people, millions of small and medium scale enterprises across the world, one of the biggest barriers to growth is the inability to access markets outside of their immediate vicinity. Technology has helped it, but then you need people like Tanya McNeil-Berry, to help them really and handhold them to reach across to markets and people across the world and to improve the conditions of small and medium businesses with great potential to achieve that potential. So happy to welcome Tanya here. She is the founder and managing director of IBS Global Consulting Incorporated, which does exactly what I said, help small businesses to reach out to global markets. But that is not all that she does. She's also connected to an extent with an Indian origin organization, which is the Women's International Chamber of Commerce and Industry. She is the Northern US India Business Council president for Wiki. Welcome, Tanya, the global champion for women economic empowerment. Lovely to have you here in Women Economic Forum of 2021 Annual Global Digital Summit, hosted from Bangalore. Over to you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you so much for such a wonderful introduction. And it was right on point, everything you said. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that. Just for a little context and a little background, I'll just share just a brief about how I got into international business for those who have not heard this story or read my book. I was studying my MBA a long time ago, well, not that long ago, but I had an opportunity to travel to China for a study abroad program that was focused on doing business in China. And that experience really broadened my horizon and really got me to look at the world totally different and to see that there were so many opportunities that was unexplored at the time for me. And so that's what really sparked my interest in getting into global business and starting my own international business consulting firm, which I started in 2009, just shortly after I graduated with my MBA in international business. But I just saw that there was a lot of small businesses in particular that were not taking advantage of global markets and that were not taking advantage of all the opportunities that going global had to offer, because it was this mindset that only large corporations could go global, that was just for the big guys, right? And so I am here to tell you that small is the new big. And yes, because of technology and because we live in a digital world, it is so easy for companies of all sizes to go global and to do business with people all around the world. So I'm going to just share with you just a few nuggets during our short time together today about going beyond borders for business growth. And why this is so important is because a lot of times as small businesses, we're constantly thinking of ways that we can grow our business. How can I grow my business? How can I increase my sales? How can I expand my reach? And a lot of times expanding into new markets or foreign markets is not even thought about as we're thinking about how can we grow and how can we expand. So I want to just share with you about that. Size is no longer a requirement for success in global markets. Again, because of technology, because of the internet, social media, anyone, anywhere, all around the world have access to international customers and partners all over the world. Small business, especially, you need to think about stretching beyond traditional borders and bringing the entire world as their customer base into their business strategy for growing their business. There are many roads to building a successful global business enterprise, but the first step, and what I like to stress, is the mindset. It all starts with the mindset, right? As a global consultant, I help entrepreneurs and small business owners shift their mindset to think global and take their business to the world, right? A lot of times a small business, I always say it's okay to be a small business, but let's not think like a small business, right? We have the same access as large companies through the internet, through technology, through partners, through different government resources all around the world, organizations, events like this. We have action, but you got to have the right mindset. You have to be global minded to succeed in international business and to be successful. You need to know how to connect with people around the world. Doing business globally, you're going to come into contact with people from various backgrounds and, you know, with various cultural differences. And so you need to be flexible, being able to adapt and being able to work with and communicate with people of all nationalities, all different cultural backgrounds, and having a global mindset it really helps in that. Your attitude and your way of thinking is a major factor in your success or failure. And again, it all starts with the mindset. And I speak on mindset a lot because it's the hardest thing to change, but it's the most important thing to do. Whether you're doing business domestically or globally, having the right mindset is going to be key. So whether it's conscious or unconscious, these mindsets can directly impact your success when doing business, and especially if you're doing business with people around the world. So just remember that it starts up here, and it's how we talk to ourselves, and it's knowing that, and having the confidence. I want to share about that. I spoke on this topic a little bit earlier, but I did not talk about the confidence, right? Having a mindset and also having confidence in knowing that enough confidence to know that you can explore global markets and explore these global opportunities, and that just because you're a small business does not make you incapable of going after some of these opportunities. Starting a business anywhere, no matter where you're starting a business, right? In the US, China, India, anywhere around the world, it takes grit and it takes determination. So it's not so much about where you're starting, it's about having the determination, the mindset. It's not just about having a good idea or a good product, right? Because those come a dime a dozen. We all have great ideas, we all have great products, but if you don't have the grit, if you don't have the determination and the motivation to take your product or your service to the world and to grow and expand your business, it doesn't really matter how great it is, right? I always talk about you can spend 10 years building the perfect product, but if you don't have that willpower, right, to get that product out to market, it really does not matter how great or how wonderful it is. So having a global mindset, it allows you to look at the world from a broader perspective, right? It allows you to be able to spot and to identify those opportunities regardless of where they may come from. So part of that is having a deeper knowledge and understanding of world markets. For a lot of small businesses that I talk to, that's one of the biggest challenges is I don't know where to start. I don't know anything about the world markets outside of my home country where I'm doing business. I don't know anything about that. So how can I take my business global? How can I expand beyond my borders? And I don't know anything about these markets, the cultural differences, the nuances, the regulations, all of these things, right? So I say, and I encourage you to just start to deepen your knowledge. And this could include just reading, talking to experts like myself, other folks that's in international business. Learning the language of international business is really key. And just being part of this global forum, the Women Economic Forum, is a great way to enhance your language of international business. I'm sure you've been participating in a number of sessions with people from all over the world and getting some great content. Attending these types of forums and engaging in cross-border communication and learning is a wonderful way to enhance your learning of international business and finding out what you don't know, right? Because you don't know, even hearing from experts from all over the world, it just opens up a whole new perspective, and it helps you to understand maybe more than what you understood before. So spend time educating yourself about the process. I don't want you to think that it's easy, right? As much as I encourage small businesses, especially women-owned small businesses, to go global, I will say that it's not easy. It's not an easy process, but start educating yourself about that process and what that looks like and what potential barriers you may have to overcome, and the options and possible avenues for expanding into global markets, right? So although it's not easy, it's very doable, and small businesses of all sizes have access to the world through this little thing right here that we're talking on today, and that's the computer, the internet. Participating in trade shows at home and abroad is a great way to expand your global network and your global reach. I just participated in an international trade event a couple weeks ago, but it was right here in the United States where I'm based. But this event had brought 60 countries together. So imagine that. You are at an event, you are in a place where you have access to potential partners and customers from 60 countries around the world, all under one roof. I didn't have to fly to 60 different countries. This event brought the countries to me through my participation at the event. So participating in international trade shows is just a great, great way to access new markets. It's a great way to test the market, to see the response to your product or your service. You can do a product demonstration. You can see if people are interested in buying what you have to sell. So it's just a great way to really test the market and see if there is true interest in what you have to offer. But more important, it's a great way to expand your network and to meet people from all over the world. Definitely some of the benefits, I just want to share some brief benefits about going global and why it's important, especially for small businesses. Going global will help to diversify your market and help you to capture a new customer base, right? So if you're only doing business, so I'm based in the United States, and so what I like to share, I have the statistics on the United States. 96% of the population is outside of the United States, right? So if I'm a business here in the US and I'm only selling in the United States, I'm only reaching 4% of the potential population. So if I'm expanding my reach, if I'm looking to new markets, then I'm opening that up to being able to capture a larger demographic, a larger market base than just that 4% in the US market. And think about that, because the US is one of the largest markets in the world, but we have only 4%, right? The world's purchasing power is outside of the US. So I really stress to US companies to explore taking your business to markets outside of the US. If you are outside of the US, whatever country you're in, look to your neighboring countries to explore if there is an opportunity or if there is potential for your product or service in that country. The other thing, it reduces your dependency on your local market. So maybe you have a time when your domestic sales are down. Well, if you are doing business globally, right? Maybe when you're in your domestic market, when sales are down, maybe in another market, sales can be up. So it really helps to create a balance for your sales in those off seasons, right? Especially if you have a seasonal product, right? And so what do you do when it's an off season? Well, look to other markets. And so that's a great way as well of building your business through across that I just want to share with you. If you want to connect with me further, because there's just so much to going global that I can get out in this short time, please connect with me via LinkedIn. You can just search by my name, Tanya McNeil Weary. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. Reach out to me if you're interested. The other thing I want to share, I think I have 1 minute, 60 seconds, is that I also wrote a book. It's called Women Going Global. It shares real life stories of women entrepreneurs who are doing business beyond their country borders. women from 13 different countries, all different backgrounds. And I'm hoping to inspire more women because we are so underrepresented in international trade. So I really try to encourage more women to take their businesses global, right? And so what I do is I take women entrepreneurs on delegations to countries around the world to help expose more women to global markets. And so if you're interested in that, if you're interested in seeing what that's like, definitely connect with me. We do need more women in the international trade space. So I want to encourage more women, small businesses in general, minority businesses. There's just not enough of small businesses, especially small minority and women-owned businesses in global trade. And a lot of it is the mindset and thinking that you're too small to go global. But remember, small is the new big. And so I'm here to tell you otherwise, think global, and you can, with the right plan, with the right connections, with the right attitude and mindset, getting connected to the right resources, you too can succeed in global markets. So thank you so much. It's been a great pleasure to share so many quick tips with you today. But again, feel free, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have offline. Thank you so much.
Tanya, it has been one hell of a rapid fire rodeo that we have enjoyed every minute of it. It's come from your heart, it's come out of experience, it's come out of practical sense, and it comes out of being a woman who knows what it is to do, whether it is for minorities, small businesses, people where the mindset changes the most important. And then rest of it is the facilitation that you have so ably doing with IBS Global and your drive and energy, wiki and all of that. As we come to the close, Women Economic Forum 2021, the global digital event that you are part of, must say things. One, extremely honored to have you here. And number two, I'm sure the audience who's watching you live stream on social media would have enjoyed every second of what you said. It will resonate with all people, all entrepreneurs, because everybody starts small. Nobody starts as a unicorn. The third thing is your body of work, your consistency of work, and the years you have put into your cause must be recognized. And Women Economic Forum is happy and honored to award the Exceptional Leader of Excellence Award to you for your body of work. It's a digital award. It will come to you, reach you within 2 weeks by email. Please download, and next session, we would love to see this in the back wall. Great to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sonia, fantastic. Much. And we will get in touch.